Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coffee Break, and welcome back to the Coffee Cast. We are down in the losers bracket with the third game of Lightkite vs. B. The loser of this game will be knocked out of the tournament because we are in the ace match now. It is tied up 1-1. B is spawning here in the upper right-hand corner of MLG Zelnaga Caverns, and in the lower left-hand corner is Lightkite as the blue Protoss. These two players are very, very good friends of mine and good friends with each other. It has been very interesting to watch their play so far. B has progressed very, very well through this tournament so far, but Lightkite showing that he can match B in skill because he has brought this game to an ace match, which will be very, very interesting to see. B did win the first game, Lightkite won the second one. This is kind of the semi-finals. The winner of this game will go on to play Aces Pure in the semifinals of the tournament. AC Spawn has already solidified his position as a player in the championship round, so it should be interesting to see what these players do. There is a lot on the line in this matchup right here. So will they play super greedy, or will they try just to play it super safe? I have no idea. I would expect Kite to try to do a one-gate expand, as that is so popular versus Terran, but B has shown that he is capable of punishing a one-gate expand, as he did so versus Aces Pure earlier in the tournament, but was unable to actually take that game off of Pure, because Pure had a very, very nice comeback in the end of that. This refinery is finishing just in time, and B should have pretty much just about exactly 25 gas when this barracks finishes up. And oh my goodness, that timing was beautiful. Will it be a tech lab on that? No, it'll be a marine to kill the scouting probe. Now, I would really like to see aggressive play out of B in this first game. I think some sort of stim concussive timing push would be an excellent choice versus Lightkite, because a lot of the lower level players will crack under that sort of pressure. It is a very, very strong build. And Lightkite scouting probe actually is taken out because it got surrounded by two SCVs. And yes, it looks like pretty standard opening from both players here. Neither player deciding to go a super aggressive build. Now we do have this tech lab coming down on the barracks now that the scout is dead. So B just wanted to make sure that Lightkite cannot see what's going on. There is 2 racks down, and I really hope to see this go up to 3 racks, because that would mean that we would be seeing some awesome play. And there is indeed the 3 racks. This is the exact building positioning and everything that B used against Aces Pure in his games earlier on in this series. That stim pack coming down very quickly. This is going to be a very, very tough hold for Lightkite, especially since he has indeed dropped his expansion now. Lightkite did go for that one-gate expand, dropping expansion quite a bit earlier than a lot of players would, but that is actually something I really like, because he is going greedy, go all the way, try to get that nexus down as soon as possible. However, B will be punishing that once again with a stim, concussive, and maybe even combat shield timing push. Does have this one refinery up, and that is all he needs. He is happy with just that one refinery. This is a build that B is very, very good at, and he does like to expand off the back of it after he's done a little bit of damage. All sorts of different... Ooh! One thing he did do differently in this game, he did go for the reactor on the 3rd barracks rather than getting the 3rd tech lab. I really, really like that decision. It'll allow him to get a few extra units out on the field, a few extra marines to combat the units of Lightkite, who is getting close to being supply block, but does have that 26 pylon down. I swear that 26 pylon is the hardest pylon in the game to remember. Regardless of that fact, though, the natural expansion has now been taken for Lightkite. He is beginning probe production right there, transferring a few probes over from his main base over to that natural expansion. 3 gateways are now finished, 4th one on the way as well. That warp gate tech almost finishing up as well. Lightkite will have the ability to produce units to stop this 3 racks timing of attack. However, it's going to come down to how he controls his units, because that stim pack makes that stutter step oh so dangerous when B does decide to move out. What Lightkite's really going to need to do is have good force fields with sentries, and have zealots to back that up to take a lot of damage, and maybe just 2 or 3 stalkers in the back to deal a little bit of additional damage. And with that composition and that type of micro, Lightkite will be able to hold this attack. But if B is able to do any sort of damage and expand behind it, Lightkite's going to be in a very, very bad position. Lightkite does now have all 4 warp gates up and operational. Very, very few units out on the field, though. 1 zealot, 1 stalker, and 1 sentry. And B is beginning to move out 2 SCVs in this army, 3 SCVs. 3 Marauders and a little handful of Marines, more reinforcements up at the watchtower now. Just needs to make sure to continue macroing up. He's not macroing up his units right now, building a command center instead. I do like that build, and now he really needs to attack right now. He has a window of opportunity as Lightkite is not warping anything in and really does not have the money to warp anything in. Needs to make sure to stim up and engage these units, trying to take out the pylon. Supply block Lightkite, and indeed that will supply block him if he does manage to take that pylon out. The pylon does indeed go down. 44 out of 44 supply, and a misplaced force field allows B to get straight up the ramp. He's going to be able to do so much damage inside the main of Lightkite, killing off these units as they are warping in. So those units will not be able to do anything for Ire. And building is canceled right there, and it looks like B is now systematically going around the base, destroying the pylon, which is exactly what he needs to do. Now the probes are pulled off the mineral line, which is never a position you want to be in. Target firing all these pylons. Lightkite is severely supply blocked now. Still, once again, a little handful of Marines up in the watchtower. Confused to bring those in. However, the 4 gateways are now completely unpowered. Lightkite desperately trying to save this game by morphing in 2 more pylons, but I don't know if it's going to quite be enough, as this is a very, very scary force for B right now. These 4 probes trying to come up and probably try to assist, making some pylons and trying to kill off these units. It's not going to be enough. Our Lightkite did manage to get 1 pylon up. There are 2 gateways done. B needs to focus down that pylon to make sure that these gateways do not get repowered. 1 gateway does fall. There you go, a little bit of unit production. And there's the GG from Lightkite. So Lightkite is indeed eliminated from the tournament, and B will progress to once again face Aces Pure in a rematch best of 5 series. The series will reset for 0-0 for each player. This is going to be an insane matchup, and I would like to thank Lightkite for playing with us. He made a very, very good run at it, and even managed to take a game off of B, which is no easy feat. So thank you to both those players for playing that game. B, once again, will advance to play Aces Pure in just a couple of minutes, but first I'm going to update the brackets, so I'm going to get that done, and I will be right back with you guys to cast the next series.